This is the main character of my new project, but she didn't start out looking like this. I struggled with her age, her preparation, her personality. I literally redesigned her 5 different times before she finally became this dreamy little girl who's about to fall into a magical world. So, grab a snack, we are starting right from the very first sketch and I'm showing you everything I fixed along the way. Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. Today we are starting something very special, a new project that I've been working on for about like 1 or 2 months. I'm calling it the Key Project. It's basically about a little girl who goes into a dream world while she's sleeping. And today we are designing the very first main character of the entire project. This is the part that I really love because everything is so fresh and it's like full of possibilities, you know. Whenever I started a new project like this, especially something that is like a storytelling, it does like different scenes in it, the very first thing that I do is to make a mood board for myself. So this step is honestly really important because it helps me to get a sense of, you know, the story, the vibe, the color palette, everything that I might be needed in this project. So basically I should say the soul of the whole project. So I make a mood board for it. And for this character, as you can see over here, I knew that I wanted a little girl, something like these that I picked, and I wanted her to have a short hair, blonde hair, and you know, in a soft and cute outfit. So I collected lots of references for her, different faces, body poses, because you know, I'm thinking about a shy character here. So all pictures that I use for this project is kind of based on that, you know. The next thing is that my character, this little girl, is going into a dream while she's sleeping. So I decided to have an outfit for her like pajamas, kids sleepwear, you know. So I chose those kind of references that might be suitable for my character. Then it was a time to have a color palette or a vibe, you know, an overall pinkish vibe. So since the dream world is magical and it's mysterious, dreamy, the pink instantly felt right for the color palette for me because I wanted to be cute, like kind of soft pinks, warm peaches, cozy, dreamy vibes, you know. So I picked a few pictures that you can see over here that I wanted my overall look be similar to it for the entire project. So you can see that I put a color palette over here and I'm trying to stick into it, you know. Once the mood board is ready, I start sketching, and usually in my sketchbook, because I feel freer there to be honest. I know that I'm a digital illustrator, but this never stopped me to draw on my sketchbooks. I think it's really helpful to keep both while you're working as an artist, you know. There isn't any rule about it, to be honest, but it's really up to you, you know. But for me, it's best to keep both. I knew that I wanted to my character be around like 5 years old, so I started sketching little faces, big head, you know, tiny noses. So I added all that elements that I wanted to my character have, like the overall personality. Then I brought everything into the canvas to refine them digitally. So as you can see, I picked the sketch that I like, this one in the middle, and I started building on that. As you can see, as I worked, I realized that something is off. She looked more like 7 or 8 years old, and also the design wasn't really stylized for me. I wanted her to be like about 5 years old, more cartoonish and something like that. So I tried again and again and as you can see, a lot. I've done so many sketches here. Different body shapes, like a slightly choppier cheeks, bigger head, smaller torso. So as you can see, I'm trying a lot, and I wanted also her to be look like shy, cute, soft, and innocent, you know. And it's really tricky to capture that. Some of the sketches, as you can see, were okay, you know, but some of were not close at all. But this part is really fun because you chase your character until you find it. And finally, I got a version where the preparation just was click and it was okay. So a little big head, smaller body, big round eyes, soft expressions, and I was like, yes, that is my girl. Before I go into color, I usually do a little turn around here, like from front and side and back. Nothing too complicated, just enough for me to understand my character, how she looks like in 3D version. And this makes future illustrations for me so much easier, because when I need her in different scene, in different composition, different illustrations, I know how she moves. I have her anatomy. I know how she looks like in 3D version, you know? If she wants to run, jump, hold something, I already know how she works. Yeah. So after that, it comes to the base color. I have looked at my color palette and tried to choose similar colors. I start applying the base color, a light peachy skin tone for her, a blonde hair, and a very simple pink dress. Then I slowly, as you can see, I start building up the face. So giving her a gentle values in her face, a little blush, little shadow in the eyes, nothing really dark because she is a young kid and I want her to, you know, keep her bright and soft and of course dreamy. So I keep it simple, I keep it light as well. So okay, the hair for me was cute here, but it wasn't perfect. So the hair is really important because it changed the whole personality for your character. I tried different hairstyles for her: short hair, slightly messy, tied up, and also more stylized. Some of them were cute and some of them just they don't click at all. I also placed the original design next to the final illustration. It really helped me to, you know, compare them and see which one is good. After several tries, I found this one that kept the dreamy vibe and looked much better, so I kept that. It was similar to the first one, but a little tidier, a little shorter, simpler, and, you know, a slightly different. Since she is in a magical dream, I added 2 little stars into her hair and just a, you know, tiny detail to add that magical vibe into her character, and I loved it. As I clean up the sketch, something funny happened here. The final painting started drifting away from the original sketch. So I brought the sketch next to the illustration and I was right. The nose, the mouth, eyes, they all need still, you know, little adjustments. So I realized that they are not that matched together. Let me tell you something about this. Don't stress about your final illustrations ends up differently from your sketch. Basically, sometimes I want it to be look like the sketch and sometimes I really don't care. Let me show you in different illustrations. Like this illustration, the sketch and the final piece are completely different and I still love it, you know. Also, in this illustration that I made a whole tutorial from this on YouTube, I will share a link for you here to watch if you want. But as you can see, the initial sketch is completely different from the final piece. Or for example, in this project, which is a page from my character design portfolio, I designed little Farida, and here is she's not similar to the first sketch. These are 2 as well. You see? It's really up to you. If you are happy, it's good. If you are not happy, just changing it, you know? Trust the process and keep going until you like it, you know? So let's get back to the drawing. Okay, at this point, my character is almost ready. I added a gentle lighting, tiny shadows, a soft glowing background, so she stands out more. Since the story is called The Key Project, basically the girl is going into a dreamy world and she's about to find a lost memory. So she's gonna open a lot of doors and, finding that memory, she needs a lot of key. Entire projects involved with key and also stars, which is a symbol of dreams and nights, and also clocks. So for this one, I decided to have little floating keys around her to give the design that narrative and that vibe, that magical vibe. And yeah, just like that, she's live, she's ready to go into the story, and also she's ready to dream, right? So that's everything that we covered today, and let's talk about a few tips that we learned in this tutorial. Always start with a mood board. It helps you to keep a clear direction of where you are going, and you have a visual mood board that you've got your character, your personality, the vibe, the color palette, everything together. It just gives you, manage your character much better. The second one was that explore different sketches. Redesigning your character until you like it. Why not? It's your character. You can change it, you can do multiple sketches, and that's fine. Don't worry at all and don't stuck in the first sketch, The age. So we push the preparation for age here in this video. We make the head a little bigger, we make the body a little smaller, and the result was like a cute younger character for us, right? We done several hairstyles. Hair changes the personality. If your character is a shy character, they usually have a very tidy, short, or sometimes long hair, but they don't put a lot of things on their hair, or they don't that much style their hair. So keep that in your mind, that the hair change personality. We used soft shading for kids, so when you are working on a kid character, avoid harsh contrast to keep that young, full, look. And the next one and the last one was that little details. So I added little stars on her hair. I added keys, vibrant, magical star and a spark around her to give her that magical dreamy look. So these little details are important in your projects. Think about them when you are working on a project. They need details, And that's how I designed my first character of the new project, The Key. In the next video, I'm going to take her into the dream world that she lives in, and I'm gonna show you how she looks like in the real scene and different composition, of course. For the full process, tutorial PDF, early access, and of course my brush pack, you can check out my Patreon channel. And if you want to start your journey as an illustrator, I made a free Illustrator starter kit, which is linked in the description. You just need to click on it and download it. That's it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I cannot wait to show you the next part of this illustration and this story. And if you got any question, please leave a comment. I do my best to reply to all of them. And yeah, that's it. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.